Good afternoon. It is Sunday, March 29th, and it's a turbine raising. Trying to keep myself busy during this stupid quarantine stuff. So I'm adding another 10-foot section of pipe to the tower. I got the old turbine on the hood of the Jeep over there, or not the old turbine, the turbine, and snipped off the ends. And I'm going to add a section of wire and another section of pipe, and this will put her 35 feet in the air. Right now the scaffold is stacked up 20 feet, and I unhooked the cables and lowered it down with that there rope. It should be exciting getting it back up with the added weight. We'll see. We'll get it. But I don't really have a way to record this whole process, so I'm gonna do a in progress little clips here. But this is how I secured my cables on the original tower. Got these little steel rings, welded those on. Got my cables double clamped, and I'll add another set of guy wires when I add the last section of pipe. So check back in about an hour. Well, it's up, it's wired, it's bolted down. It is now 35 feet in the air. That should gets me over those trees. It doesn't get me over that one, but I think the air should straighten out a little bit better before it gets here. So before I was getting, I've already said this, I'm at a low point in my city. I'm in Green Bay, and so I'm in a valley. So the wind here is real turbulent, and it doesn't really straighten out much for the turbines to pick up speed. The other one's over there. It's pretty camouflaged, so you don't see it. But I still got to make my second set of guy wires and get the prop on and tear the scaffolding down. But we'll check back in another hour. Well, there it is. It's about 7 o'clock. It took all day. I didn't do as many in progress clips as I wanted to, but it was all taking a while. It's pretty hairy at the top there. The scaffolding was stacked 30 feet high, so I was pretty much on my tippy toes when I was wiring it and bolting her down. But there it is, it's flying. And let's take a quick look at the little guy at 25 feet. You can see the prop, so it's not spinning that fast, and they're in the same wind, and that one's flying good. There's only about 6 mile-an-hour wind, and last time I checked, it's making 50 to 75 watts, which is, nothing to write home about, but in 6 mile-an-hour wind, I'll take it, because that one's not making anything in 6 mile-an-hour wind. Just because it's spinning doesn't mean it's making power. But Yeah, we added a second set of guy wires. I held it down about 39 inches just in case I decide to get a larger turbine or larger blades. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of clearance to keep the blades from whacking the cable. That would be pretty much catastrophic. But yeah, there it is. And it is a tilting tower, but I had to assemble the turbine at the top because it's just too heavy. I don't have a winch or a machine to hoist this thing up assembled. That turbine itself is about 50 pounds at least. It's got some weight to it. It's a large stator in there, so. But let's go peek in the basement and see what it's doing. Alright, here we are. So, we'll start with 500 on the 25-foot pole. So she's doing something. And in the very same wind, looks like we just lost our wind. They're both zeroed out. There we go. This one's been doing pretty steady. I saw it go over 100, and here we go. And remember, this was about 5-6 mile an hour wind, little gusts, and again, the 500 on the 25-foot pole. At 25 feet, I never caught those gusts. I never got what I wanted to see out of them. That was alright though. 60 watts, cool. But there's that one. This one's pretty much just been steady making power since I let go of the propeller. So I'm excited to actually see some wind and finally be able to see what these turbines can do, because I know they can do it. They got solid stators, solid rotors, decent props. Once they're balanced, I like them a lot. It was a good deal. I did have to modify the tail because of the turbulent wind I get, but that's pretty minimal, and I like welding anyway, so and this is nothing special here, but this is basically no wind, where this is what I'm used to seeing in this wind, and now we're making power, and it's nighttime. There's nothing coming in from the solar, and this has been almost steadily making something. That's the difference, man. That's the difference. Seeing power come in at nighttime when, after being a solar guy for a long time, when the sun goes down, the power stops coming in, and then you gotta actually watch your voltage and pay attention to it. If this turbine just keeps on making power, I'm going to be able to worry about power less and less. So we'll see what happens. Next time the wind actually picks up, I'll grab the camera and we'll see what it does. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. And remember, all these people on the news, doesn't nobody know nothing about what's going on yet. They're changing their story every time they're on. So take it with a grain of salt. Stay calm. There's no need to panic. And if you want to prep, there's definitely better things you could spend your money on than bread and toilet paper. Maybe we'll get into that someday. Have a good one.